Greetings and salutations, internet friends, and welcome to a very special episode of the First Time Film Club. My name is Emily, this is Matthew, my husband, and today is a little bit different than our normal episodic adventure. We normally watch movies that I've never seen, but that Matthew has. Today, however, we are watching the new Dune. And obviously, we are watching it the day that it airs on HBO. So neither of us have seen it. So that's an exciting situation.
Yes, I am very excited to watch this movie, and
I'm very excited.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to temper those expectations and hype.
That's fair.
Big fan of the book. I'm trying to not overexcite myself for it, because I've done that before. Anyway,
we have another video you may or may not have seen. I'll link it up here somewhere. So when we first saw the trailers come out for this, I was like, oh man, it's been a minute since I read Dune. I want to do this. Let's do this. I want to reread Dune, and then I want to watch the David Lynch movie because I'd never seen that. So that's the video that's up there.
We did. That's on the channel.
So now I feel like I'm as prepared as I can be. So I'm just jazzed. I'm excited to experience this with you. Whether or not the movie proves to be what I hope it is, I'm excited to experience it with you. You know what else I'm excited to experience though?
What is that?
This cocktail!
Yes. Also in preparation for Dune, we every now and then we'll make like a themed cocktails for whatever movie we're watching, and we found a cocktail online called the Water of Life, and we each made our own kind of different variations on it. And
I think mine's better, but I just want to say, cheers. I want to do tink, tink.
Anyway.
Refreshing. It's like water. But not. It's more like gin.
For other first-time viewers, you may see me on my phone. You may see me with my phone in my hand during the movie. That's because I normally take notes of things to talk about after the movie. I don't know if I'll do that with this one.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll probably be less. I might take one or two notes if there's something something that sticks out in my mind I want to remember, but...
The only other thing is we will have the full reaction to this video, or this movie rather, available on our Patreon. So if that interests you, check the link in the description below. And if you don't have anything else...
Nope. Let's watch the movie.
Let's watch the movie.
Rolling over the sands, you can see spice in the air. They ravage our lands in front of our eyes. But one day, they were gone. And who will our next oppressors be?
Alright, yeah, so far, I mean...
this is just...
Thank you.
If you want it, make me give it to you. Use the voice.
Nice!
Give me the water.
I really like the design.
Yeah,
and
so far
the scale.
Who are you gorgeous person? You're gorgeous too. And you. All these pretty folk.
How much will it cost them, traveling all this way for this formality?
3 guild navigators, a total of 1.46 million, 62 salaries round trip.
The human computer.
Me and you. Put on some muscle?
I did?
No.
What is the point if I'm not allowed to face some
know
actual
why,
risk?
Paul. You're the future of House Atreides.
And grandfather fought bulls for sport.
Yes. Look where that got him.
Don't stand with your back to the door. How many times do we have to tell you?
I can tell it was you by your footsteps, Gurney Halleck.
Someone might imitate my stride. Choose your blade.
I've had quite a day, Gurney. Give us a song instead. That's rude.
That's rude!
Come on. Old man.
Oh.
You fight when the necessity arises, no matter the mood.
I have you.
Aye. But look down, my lord. join me in death. I see you found the mood.
This soundtrack.
Yeah, soundtrack is awesome.
His heart is strong as ever, my lady.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it.
You dismissed my mother in her own house.
Come here. Kneel.
Nice.
Silence.
Fear's the mind killer.
What does it mean? That I could be the one?
For thousands of years, we've been carefully crossing bloodlines to bring forth
The one?
a mind. We think he's very close now. Some believe he's here.
Has he been cast as Batman yet?
Mm-mm.
I foresee. I think you said it earlier, but like the scale of this.
So far, everything about it.
Yeah.
My lungs taste the air of time, blown past fallen sand.
That damn magnificent beard. Yeah, these shots, just ooh, ooh.
Oh. I love that they showed the little mouse.
The thing must leave.
You can speak without fear. Our pet doesn't understand your language.
Get out.
Dislike.
It understands.
Oh!
Activate silence.
Us Harkonnen would never dream of violating the sanctity of your order. I give you my word. I will not harm them.
Yeah, he might not harm him.
You gave your word to the witch. She sees too much.
I said I would not harm them, and I shall not. But Arrakis is Arrakis, and the desert takes the weak.
Oh, the parasol. Alright, 10 out of 10. I'm done.
Sir, I respect the personal dignity of any man that respects mine.
Hold. Thank you, Stilgar, for the gift of your body's moisture.
Worn a still suit before?
No, this is my first time.
Your desert boots are fitted slip fashion at the ankles. Who taught you to do that?
Seemed the right way.
Makes so much more sense than the, like, internal monologue. Like...
How many men on that crawler?
Crew of 21.
Our ships can take 6 each. It's still 3 short. We'll find a way.
That's fucking awesome.
We got a full load of spice. We can't just leave it.
Damn the spice! I want every man off that crawler now! I recognize your footsteps, old man. Get up!
Make a note. Footsteps, old man.
3 battalions. As agreed.
I want to know what's the story behind that language chant. What is it? Deep throat singing.
Sir, the shields come down.
Oh shit. Bagpipes. Just, God.
Wouldn't have expected it.
No,
but it works.
It works. just floating down some, like, Death Trooper dandelions on the wind.
Why? I had no choice. The Harkonnens have my wife, Mana. They take her apart like a doll.
Remove again! Kill him! Set us free!
There we go. There we go. See, Jessica is a badass.
What did you say?
Oh, shit. I knew he was alive, but that was...
Tell me, please, what do you fear?
A warrior religion that waves the Atreides banner in my father's name.
You know who you are. You know who you are.
Get off me!
That's just so.
I know. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's awesome. God!
I serve only one master. His name is Shai Hulud.
That was awesome. Damn.
Breathe through this.
Put it in your nose, honey. You're wasting moisture.
Whatever moisture is wasted would immediately be replaced by me pissing my pants at the sight of that.
Same.
Knowing what's out there.
Run!
Oh dear.
I cannot wait to see this in theater.
I know!
In an IMAX. Oh my god.
Stilgar. The boy is young. He may have sanctuary. But the woman... Why didn't you say you were a weirding woman and a fighter?
Conversation ran short.
You didn't ask.
Let's go.
I will not have them.
There's no yielding under the Amtal rule. Only death is the test of the...
Paul has never killed a man.
No, he has.
You're one of us now.
My father came, not for spice, not for the riches, for the strength of your people. If you'll have us, we will come.
Yes. So, yeah, that was Dune.
That was Dune!
Yeah. Go ahead. Overall thoughts.
I loved it. That was a phenomenal film. Like, I really tried to think, like, during the break between recording and this talking, or excuse me, watching and us talking, I was like, would I have enjoyed it as much if I had not read the book? And, like, I genuinely think that I would have. Like, story even aside, just visually, auditory, like, fantastic movie. Beautifully done.
Yeah, production-wise.
Yeah.
Like, visually, cinematography, it is beautiful to look at.
Yes. My God, this is fantastic. It makes me want to watch more Denis Villeneuve movies. Did I say it right?
Yeah, close enough.
Denis Villeneuve. I'm real bad at it. Your girl's country as hell. But anyways.
There's a couple of his films on the list.
Okay. This is I loved it.
It was great. And like you said, I don't know if that's more because you know the source material.
Mm-hmm.
Like we know the source material, and that's my fear with this. Like I really like this movie, but for people who haven't read the book, will they like it, watch it? Because my fear is, like, as of right now, there is no part 2. The studio, Warner Brothers, has not given them the go-ahead to start production on part 2.
Just insanity to me, but okay, whatever.
So they made
COVID,
this,
I get it.
The story, the source material is so large and unwieldy, it's hard to... I think it did a great job, but I still think it may, or it's my fear that it may still be too much to take in, or it may turn off casual viewer, for lack of a better term.
You say that, but also I think Lord of the Rings. I think Star Wars. I think all of these other grand epic, books. Yeah. Well, Star Wars wasn't book, but you know what I'm saying. Like you don't have to have this I
know. This just all boils down to me
so afraid that you're not going to get the second part of this game.
So worried that I'm not going to get to see a part 2.
Yeah.
And please make a part 2.
It's like, oh my gosh.
Kickstart it if you have to.
Yeah.
I will give monies.
I will give you dollars.
I think this is the first movie I've seen Timothée Chalamet in. Like, I know he was in Lady Bird and Call Me By Your Name and some other movies, but I haven't seen those yet. I think this is the first one I've seen him in.
Okay.
And I really liked him as Paul.
Yeah, he did a really good job.
I mean, the whole cast did. Like, it was...
Dude. Okay, alright. I've got so many things. I'm going to try and go chronologically, but I'm going to jump around. The impact of the... I don't know what that were... blasts, if those were bombs being dropped, but like... It looked like a spinning top hitting the shields. It was like slowly penetrating the
slowly
shields.
Going into.
That was so freaking cool to me. Like the weapon and ship and just like general like design team needs so many freaking awards.
Yeah, I love the design of everything. All the ships.
Yes.
All the suits.
Like the set design, just in general, just so cool. Like
the set design was so cool, and it was so large in scale. It's I got some notes here, and they're in chronological order.
Okay, so let's do the notes.
To start with the test of Paul with putting his hand in the box. I like Jessica outside of the room, basically showing their connection, and her connected with Paul and giving the line of "Fear is the mind killer."
Yes.
And
kind of little vision, his internal.
His internalization and his.
So that was a very creative way to kind of show the scene without like picking too much of what David Lynch did. like copying it. Like in that scene, and also in other scenes, like when Kynes was saying he will know your ways. And speaking it in the Fremen language instead of like the cut scene to the internal thought.
Internal monologue.
So I really appreciated that.
Just side note, I'm not going to compare this to the David Lynch. Like, I just want to judge this movie based on itself and adopted from the source material.
Correct. Okay.
Not comparing and contrasting to any other movie or media before. I really liked the whenever the Bene Gesserit were leaving, and then Jessica and Paul were having their discussion outside. The atmosphere, and also I just loved like when Jessica was saying, she said, she was talking about the Messiah. She said, some believe he is here, and it cut back to Paul, but he was like shrouded in fog. So it's like, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I liked some of the subtlety in the movie. Like whenever Duke and Paul and Gurney and they went out, they were rescuing the miners off the vessel.
The spice harvester.
Yeah. Somebody on the harvester said, we have a payload of spice, we can't leave it. And Duke said, damn the spice.
Yeah.
And like there was just a subtle look from Kynes back to him, like, okay, this guy's different.
Yeah. So it's not subtle, but I just loved every nod to the bull
Oh yeah.
Like with the portrait and everything, because
the portrait, the bullhead, the little statue.
I mean, the whole
on his grave. Yeah.
The whole kitten cabal.
At this part where the worm, what?
I made a dumb joke. I'm sorry. Please come on. I'm sorry.
See, I'm so like.
I was so entranced with the movies I couldn't make any of my normal crappy puns. I had to get
so
it
now
out.
You do it now.
It's
okay.
poison. I gotta get it out.
During the worm attack on the harvester, you told me to take a note of footsteps, old man.
Yes. Okay. So I can't remember if that was like in the book or if that's something that Denny and them came up with. Was he talking to, because he said, you know, when he and Gurney were fighting in, you know, the training sequence or whatever, he said, you know, I can hear your footsteps. I know it's you by your footsteps. And then, like, was he talking to, in that instance when he was like kneeling in front of the harvester, was he talking to Gurney because Gurney was coming out to like collect him, or was he talking to the worm?
Say what?
I hear your footsteps, old man. That was a huge worm, an old worm. Like was that like a...
I didn't even put those two things together.
I don't know why, but like as soon as I heard it, I was like, is this like a double kind of a double meaning sort of situation? Like,
I got you.
I don't, it maybe I'm reaching, but like in my mind, that was like 100%. That's what he means. And that's so cool.
Could be. That's one way to interpret it.
I like it. That's how I'm interpreting it.
Then I just wrote invasion. I figured we just discussed the invasion. The entire thing, the setup from like the silence to then just pure chaos, and I'm gonna probably say this too much, just the scale, the epic scale of it. Like, God, I want to see this on a big screen so bad.
We will do that next weekend. Somehow that's gonna happen. We're gonna get in there. I loved Yui. Like, the way they kind of, like, portrayed him. I got questions.
Okay.
That awful spider critter.
That was just Spider's pet.
Was it, though? Because my brain goes to the worst possible scenarios. My brain said that was, like, bits and pieces of his wife. Because at one point, you said something like they break her down, or they're stripping her apart, or tearing her apart, or something like that.
They tear apart like a dog.
Yeah, and I'm like a dog, a pet. That spider had people hands. Did they like reconstruct? Like, I just assume all the worst possible scenarios with the Harkonnens.
I mean, they are brutal.
They are
sadistic.
They're real rough. So I had heard that Fade Ralpha wasn't going to be in this. And at first I was like, how can you not have Fade Ralpha? And I'm like, as we're watching the movie, I'm like, this is how. It's 100% unnecessary. Yeah. Like, I get him in the book, sort of, but like realistically, like...
Overall, it didn't affect the story, so it didn't really upset me.
Yeah, not even a little. But I think Dave Bautista makes a great Raban.
Oh, yeah.
Again, casting.
Casting was on point.
I can never say his name. Stellan
Skarsgård.
That one.
Or, as he's also known, Stellar Skateboard.
Accurate.
If anybody knows what that's from, put it in the comments, please.
Was he in King Arthur? He was like the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yes. To my recollection, that was like the first movie that I, again, can recall him. Like, he gave me, like, what did we call it? A fear-ection? Like, his voice is so creepy, but like also like husky, and like, he says something like, finally, a man worth killing, or something like.
Yeah, that's
that's
the scene where Arthur goes out to meet him, and he says, "You come to beg a truce." I come to face you face to face.
Sorry, I really like that.
Basically,
movie.
It's like, no, we're not making a truce here.
Yeah.
I'm just coming to see you before I kill you, type thing. He's like, finally, a man worth killing.
a fantastic actor, and I'm certain that I've seen more that he's done. That's just the one that like sticks out in my mind. But such a good Baron.
Oh.
When he was on the ceiling, I wasn't prepared for that level of creep. Oh my god!
I mean, it makes sense. He got as high as he could to get away from the poison air, but it just, I mean, you knew he survived, but
I expected him to kind of like walk out, like maybe somehow his shield or he had, I don't know. I mean, I figured they would explain it, but no, to have him like lurched up in there. Like
on the ceiling in the corner,
like some kind of fat spider. I wasn't prepared, but it was so cool.
I mean, I could just talk about the cast for a couple hours. I mean, they were all great. Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
Oh, and his glorious beard.
He has a fantastic beard. I want to like crawl in there and take a nap.
I really like Josh Brolin as Gurney.
Yes.
Thought he was awesome. Very warlike soldier, grizzled.
But still, when he like delivers his poetry, I'm just like, absolutely.
Yeah, I can see that guy doing
yes,
it.
like you are the warrior bard of my dreams, you know. So, oh my gosh, the soundtrack, the sound design.
Soundtrack and sound design. Yeah, I got a note for that. That's all it says, the soundtrack and sound design. They were Hans Zimmer. You did it again.
You son of a gun.
Yeah, because there was that section like with the bagpipes. And it's like, that was totally unexpected, but it works. I like it. So I don't know if it came through in the video, but I'm a bit of a fanboy of Duncan, Idaho. I really liked the character. I thought Jason Momoa did awesome.
Yeah. They did him justice.
Yes, I loved his
goodbye scene.
Ooh, that's what I got here. Duncan fight! ! Duncan stands back up, goosebumps.
Yes.
Like when they're like cutting through the door and it shouldn't, like he stands back up and his shield's like glowing red and he just lets out that scream. Oh, I was about it.
Okay.
Karen's death, her sacrifice was.
So here's the thing. They did that differently than Kynes' death in the book, and I loved it. I loved this. Like, it was just
It caught me off guard.
Yeah.
When she was standing there and she threw her hooks out and like she was getting ready to catch a worm, I was like, oh yeah. And then the sword came through it. I was like, damn it. I was like, I was unexpected.
I love also, maybe it was, maybe I missaw, but it looked like you only saw water come out from like the still suit and not blood. And I really thought that was cool. Like just in that split second. But the fact that like, she was like, yeah, it was just good. Shai-Hulud! I'm sorry.
Yeah, the pounding on the sand, calling the worm, like that was, yep.
Yeah.
I just, like all I wrote was Kynes' death because we talk about it. But no, the scene in the tent after Jessica and Paul get away and Paul has his vision and he sees the wars to come like in his name and he's like, his terrible purpose.
Yep.
He's freaking out and he like the weight of that was just loved it.
I really I thought that was really well done, and it sets up like you can see this, you can already see the sort of wall I guess being built between he and Jessica. And then when he called her out and used the voice against her there in the tent, that was very well done.
You and the Bene Gesserit did this to me.
Yeah.
We were talking about Jessica. Just her as a character. I like the way they did her as a character in the movie as well. When they were captured in the ship, her giving it sign language, and then as soon as her gag was removed, she just the voice and the like zero hesitation to just start slitting throats.
Oh yes, I was like, yes, this is my Jessica right here.
Like I said, we could talk about it for a while. I can continue to gush about the cast or the cinematography, everything.
All right, well, let's get down to the meat of it.
Yeah, what would you rate it?
10 out of 10.
Okay.
I'm sorry. This is everything my brain and my heart wanted to see as I've read the book. It is my imagination brought to life.
Yeah, mine would be like a 9.9. The only thing that would kick it up is if it gets a treatment like Lord of the Rings with an extended version.
Oh,
or
yeah.
everything thrown into it.
Yes, give me all them tidbits. Give me them extra. So you heard it here, folks. 10 out of 10. 9.9 out of 10. If for some reason you are watching this video before you watch the movie, if you're trying to see, is it worthwhile? It's worthwhile. Like,
yeah,
just do it. Like,
this edited down YouTube video won't compare.
Will
just
not
watch it
in any way suffice. So if you haven't watched the movie, go watch it. But thank you for watching this video, and if you don't mind, please make sure to like, leave us a comment, let us know what are your thoughts.
Yeah, if you have watched the movie, what did you think about it? Is it a good adaptation of the story? What would you rate it?
What were some of your favorite parts?
What would you have changed if you could change, or is it good as is?
Yeah. So anything else that I'm missing or you've got?
Just a side note, just to let everybody know even more how much of a fanboy I am of Dune and everything. My first D&D character in our Curse of Strahd game, his last name was Atreides.
Do you know that's why? Do you know that is why I read Dune for the first time?
Oh, after I
told you. You brought it up because it was at our, like, we were going over, like, character options. This was, like, what, Jesus, like, almost 3 years ago now? Mm-hmm. And we were going over stuff, and you were giving me your character backstory so that I could work some stuff into, like, our overarching, story. And you explained to me, it was like, oh, it's a character from Dune. And I was like, I've always wanted to. So, your nerddom.
And just to clarify, I didn't, like, my character wasn't based off of Paul.
No.
I just used the Atreides name.
Yeah,
because as part of my character story, he was using a false identity because he was hiding from some people. And I think you asked, like, where'd that name come from?
Yeah,
the Atreides. I was like,
I'm sorry, you bringing that up just made me realize once again, I thought I had, like, done the thing on my own, but no, Matthew, congratulations.
Oh, me.
You steered me to Dune, so God, I know how to pick them.
Anyway,
all right.
Sorry. Well, we've rambled on way too long. I was very excited to see this movie. Tempered my expectations, and
now I explode them.
Yeah. Now I can let that out in rambling nonsense.
As we are wont to do. The only other thing that I want to do is for you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You like that? Yeah, that was slick. Slicker now, shit.
Good segue.
Mm-hmm. I think we have done enough damage here. Dune is fantastic. Watch the movie if you haven't seen it. Otherwise, y'all have a great one. We will see you next time with another first time. Bye. Spice must flow. Spice.